I hope your day is full of coffee and tea, but mostly coffee because tea fucking sucks. And sparkly water, Shirley Temple. You got to have a Shirley Temple. And Arnold Palmer. The more you say Arnold Palmer, the harder it is to say. Just say it 4 times. Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer. I can't. Okay, I proved my own point, you guys. I hope your day's full of all of the yummy beverages. Boba? Who doesn't love a boba? You're chilling and then suddenly you get a tapioca ball in the back of your throat. YOLO is what I like to say. Guys, we have an amazing episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only Jeremiah Watkins. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Jeremiah Watkins, I just want to tell you about a few things. One, I am going to be, where am I going to be? This Thursday, tomorrow, I am going to be at the West Side Comedy Theater doing a set there. And then I'm coming to Austin, Texas. I'm co-headlining with Kim Congdon May 10th at Sunset Strip Comedy. That's Red Band's new room in Texas, and more Austin dates coming soon. And then June 23rd and June 24th, I'm coming to Chandler, Arizona with Kim Congdon. I believe we're doing 4 shows. So come out, support live comedy. We're doing 2 shows on Friday and 2 shows on Saturday. It'll be so much fun. Also, subscribe to my Patreon if you want bonus footage, bonus content, more Shank. Yeah, before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Jeremiah Watkins, I want you to look down at your feet right now. Are you wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, you're disgusting, okay? Yeah, the sun is shining. That doesn't mean that you don't need socks. Okay, have you ever worn shoes without socks in the summer heat? Your shoes will quickly smell. Buy some socks, you dirty little pig. Shop Oh Yeah Socks. That's Oh Yeah. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. ohyeah.com. Discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off unique sock designs. Whether you're into lollipops or aliens or birds, there's a pair of socks for you. They make great I'm thinking of you gifts, sorry I fucked your friend gifts. Whatever you need a gift for, there's a pair of socks for. Graduation gift, Mother's Day present, get a pair of socks. ohyeah.com. Discount code Sara10. And let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Jeremiah Watkins. Everyone, here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only Jeremiah Watkins, everyone.
Ooh, right into it. Let's do it.
Right into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Happy to have you back on the podcast. We open our sodas at the same exact time. Let's choreographed.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That makes for a good pod.
That's good.
Just a refreshing sip of Waterloo.
Some bubbly waters to start off the pod. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Refreshed.
Yeah.
We are refreshed. You have a new special out?
I do.
It's called Daddy?
It's called Daddy.
It's a good name for a special.
Oh, thank you. It's nice and clean. It's just Jeremiah Watkins Daddy. Real easy to search for.
And you have Daddy t-shirts?
Yeah, just really for the pod rounds. I don't know if I'll
print them?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do more prints of this, but
I feel like people want shirts that say Daddy on them.
Yeah, they might. This might be a hit shirt. Who knows?
What is a hit shirt? No, that's a shirt. That's a hit.
Yeah, could be.
So what's going on in the Jeremiah world?
What's going on? I mean, I'm gearing up for my next son. That's
oh, you're having another son.
Having another son.
You are? How?
The sequel.
How far along is your wife?
I doubt kids want to be called the sequels. Because the sequels are never usually as good as the original. But she is doing June, so we're getting close to the finish line.
Shit. How do you feel? Like father of 2?
I haven't wrapped my head around it yet.
That seems serious.
Daunting?
Yeah. Like mother of, like when I think about being a mother, I'm like, I could handle 1 for sure.
Uh-huh.
But you also are like married, and I feel like you're very mature and have been mature probably since you're like 9. You have the energy of someone who's been mature since they were like before middle school.
I mean, my haircut definitely says that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think, I think I'm mature where I need to be, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, you're also mature compared to the other comics.
That's not hard, though.
I know.
Mean,
And then when I realized that's what I was comparing it to, I was like, well, maybe he's not mature. Maybe just everyone else is so deeply immature that it just makes you look more mature.
Yeah, most comics are a living nightmare. So, like, any kind of maturity, like, I paid my taxes this year. Comics are like, wow, you're so good.
My favorite thing to do is to, right before tax season, bring up taxes casually around my comic friends and watch everyone panic.
Wait, yeah. Is that every year?
Yeah. Wait, when is that due?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I gotta get around to that.
Yeah, I didn't do last year's yet. You're like, wait, what?
I know. Yeah, I know multiple people who filed so many extensions, and I'm like, this is not good.
No, I know.
That's how they got Wesley Snipes, dude. You
gotta file that shit.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know. It's so funny because it's just like a classroom full of children, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, when I got married, there were some comics that were like, dude, you're so young to be married. And I've been married like since 2017. So that's, like 6 years. I was around 28 when I got married. And that's like, for LA, that might be young, but everywhere else, that's not young at all.
That's like old for regular places.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's crazy. Well, some of my friends are on their 3rd kid. 3rd kid is like another level.
Yeah,
do you think you'll do 3?
No, I'm gonna get snipped.
Oh, you are.
Shout out to my scissor siblings out there. I'm gonna get snipped for sure.
You're done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think 2's good.
2's good. More than 2.
One for me, one for the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any more than 2, I feel like you're mentally ill in this society.
Are you in this particular the times that we're in right now? Yeah. Maybe back in the day it's like it's normal, but now it's like you're just greedy for love, aren't you?
You're just greedy. Like you're not gonna be able to support these children. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to support too. I'm not trying
I can barely support myself. I'm like, oh my God. When I see people flying first class, it really does something to me.
When you walk past them?
Yeah. It really makes me sad.
Yeah.
When Kim and I were flying to Tacoma, we were waiting to board and we were all excited. We're like, we're going to Tacoma, which Tacoma's disgusting. But anyways, we're like, we're going to Tacoma. It's going to be great.
Shout out to the fans of Tacoma.
Yeah, we love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for coming to the live show. We really appreciate your support and we'll see you again on the next calendar year. But anyway.
Well, when we were flying to Tacoma, we were feeling all good about ourselves. We're like, yeah, we're headlining. We're going to Tacoma. And then we sit down and the plane's about to board. We see Trevor Wallace and he's flying first class. And we're like, this is humbling. Just walking past him.
Hey, Trevor. Hey, nice to see you.
Yeah. We're just going to head back to where we belong.
Yeah, there's like a man coughing on you from behind.
I was like, no. Yeah. So how old's your oldest son now then?
He just turned 2. So.
Oh, okay. So how's that going?
Last weekend. How's that going?
2s.
There's, they say terrible 2s for a reason, just because they don't have logic really yet. So when you try to explain something, there's like, like they,
It's like tantrums.
So you got to be a little bit more patient. Like he was but he'll like, he has angel moments, but I think he knows what he's doing with it. He's starting to find he's starting to know what puppy eyes are. And like he'll randomly be like, I'm sorry, Dada. I'm like, you didn't do anything. What are you?
No. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really interesting because my friend has a daughter who's about to be 3, and I went over there and she was having some tantrums, and it's so crazy because you get to see like the adults have to keep it together, and I'm like, that part seems hard. Like to like emotionally regulate yourself while they're unable to emotionally regulate themselves.
It's a good patience check for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like it's making you a better person in some ways? Like a more patient.
I think I'm a slightly more empathetic person. Slightly more, only because, you know, as comedians, we travel so much. When I used to hear a baby on a flight, I'd like, as a guy who didn't have kids or wasn't married yet back in the day, I'd be like, can they just get a hold of their kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, can they shut that kid up? And like, when you have a kid, you're like, you can't make them be quiet.
Right.
The parents probably more than anybody want that kid to be quiet because they're embarrassed, honestly.
Right.
So, you know, I just crank up the tunes now and just, you know, prepare accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when kids are misbehaving in public, that's the last thing that the parents want. They're super like looking around like they're like horrified that other people are having to see their kid behave like a troll.
Right. Because normally when like, I remember like when I was a kid in like the 90s, that my parents would be like, okay, if you don't get it together, we're going to put you in the car. I don't think they do that
Windows
now.
up.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like we're in a more evolved time. So like I was watching my friend's daughter have like a meltdown and she's like, oh, you're having a really big feeling right now. And I'm like, how do you remain calm while this like insane person is having a meltdown in front of you? Like that's...
My wife is in the social and emotional learning space for child development.
Okay,
and
so
she's like
got it.
a master. She had to like give me a speech before because I'm from Kansas. I had the belt and like switches and the wooden spoon and stuff that my dad and my mom would use on us as kids. She's like, so we're not doing any of that. We're gonna talk to our kids. I'm like, okay. I'm like putting my belts away.
Yeah. Well, we got like spanked as kids. Did you get spanked too?
Yeah, big time.
That was just like part of regulating. Like that was like standard practice in the 80s. I feel like in the 90s,
anything went.
Yeah.
Anything went as far as that goes. I've never shaken my baby, but I get it. I get the people that are like,
yeah.
Like, you know, like it's easy to do if you don't, you know, make an effort.
Have you, so is your 2-year-old mostly home now, right? Or is he
he goes to daycare.
He goes to daycare. Have you met any other parents? Like, what's that vibe?
Meeting the parents, he doesn't really necessarily have friends where he'll go over to their house or anything like that. Yeah, because he's so little, but we'll meet the parents at daycare and then we just meet a lot of parents at parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I rarely actually meet the parents. You just talk about the kids and then it's like this unwritten rule, like we're probably never going to see each other again. So there's not enough of an effort that needs to be made.
So you just make small talk while the kids are like playing? At
the playground, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that happens a lot.
So you're like, oh yeah, how old is he?
Right. It's a lot of how old and like, yeah, are they pooping yet? Or still like dumb, dumb questions. Yeah.
Is he potty trained?
Yeah. It's a lot of those kind of conversations that, yeah.
Oh my God. So
it's like, you know, when people see you walking a dog in public, they want to talk about the dog or they talk directly to the dog. It's the exact same thing with babies. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a talk directly to the dog, ignore the person for sure.
Yeah.
And I talk to babies I don't know too.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, and now, because I'm 36, when I drive around, I'm like, I just want to have a baby. It's like intrusive thoughts. That's fucked up. I'll be like, I'm going to run some errands. And then I'll be like, God damn it, I just want a baby.
Oh, wow.
It'll be like that. It'll be like a biological.
So it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day I'm fighting not to get pregnant, Jeremiah.
Really?
Yeah. By strangers, no.
Whoops, the DMs just lit up.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if you're seriously looking, like I'd be a pretty good candidate.
Yeah. Send your resumes. Good credit scores only. But yeah, so second baby, that's so responsible.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh, yeah.
To process.
Yeah. I mean, have you thought about if you actually have the baby though, like what that would do or how that would would you still want it after you think of all the things?
Yeah. Well, I would definitely. But here's the thing.
Because it's easy to want a baby, and it's easy for guys to be like, well, yeah, I want a nut inside a woman.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the aftermath of like the
responsibility of taking care of the baby. Yeah, no, I want to do all of that for sure. I used to want to have 2. Now I'm just like, just 1.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's all I can handle.
Yeah.
You know? Unless I find some like amazing stay-at-home father. In my head, I'm like, but I don't think that's happening in Los Angeles. Like an amazing, awesome guy that just happens to stay at home.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably out there maybe, but.
Maybe like not in LA though.
Yeah, you're going to have to move.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a small town with less fuckboys.
Yeah, now you're still active in the dating scene. Do you run across that a lot, like on first dates?
What, fuckboys?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times there aren't even first dates because it's just like people like to match.
Okay.
For their ego.
What?
Yeah, like on Raya.
I literally, like when I met my wife, like the apps hadn't even begun yet.
That's
so I'm literally
crazy.
right
You're
before.
So pure.
So I've never been on Tinder or any of the apps. So I'm fascinated sometimes when I hear stuff like this where people are like just swiping for ego and stuff like that.
Yeah, like you'll match with someone and then it'll just sit there. Or sometimes like I'll match with somebody and then they'll DM me and then I'll go, ugh, and I won't respond.
Yeah.
And just the message was enough. That, I don't know what that is. That's sick.
My friend might get pissed at me for saying this. I hope not.
Okay, come on.
I hope not. But
safe space.
He tried to date you, and then you made a joke about him on social media about a stunt guy approaching you.
Recently, a dating app suggested I give an aging stunt man a chance.
Oh. I don't even know. I've actually had a few stunt guys.
Whoa. Okay, so then my friend won't get pissed because it's maybe not about him.
Yeah, there's a couple stunt guys.
Maybe stunt guys are drawn to you for some reason.
Stunt guys are drawn to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Who has multiple stuntmen trying to fuck with me?
Did you end up dating a stunt guy?
No.
Oh.
Because stunt guys aren't for me. That's what the whole joke is about, really. Yeah. But like, yeah. I'm not going to do it. But I just was like,
just on principle of them doing stunts.
Yeah, I know. It's there's something wrong with me. I'm figuring out the way that we're talking, and you're like father of 2 basically now. I'm coming to the realization that I am stunted. I am in fact stunted.
Then you need a stuntman.
I need a stuntman
to fix it. Yeah. to fix it.
Yeah, no, multiple stuntman. I had a stuntman joke, and then the whole stuntman community found it. So then the stuntman community, there was like a week.
Did you hashtag it, like hashtag stunt or something like that?
Somehow, like one stuntman found it, and then he shared it on his story, and then all these other stunt people found it, and then like I found a stunt woman, and she was mad about it. Like it was, wow. I pissed off the stunt community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll be doing a TV show or a movie someday where you need a stunt person, and they're like, I'm good. I'm not going to. She needs to do her own stunts.
You need to do your own stunts. I have to issue an apology. That's so Larry David.
Uh-huh.
How was Moon Tower?
It was awesome. I love Moon Tower.
Cool. Did you do stand-up or what were you doing?
Stand-up. We did my show Stand Up on the Spot there. And
fun. That's the improv comedy show. That's a really fun show.
Yeah. Also, it's just some suggestions from the audience that are yelled out, and then you create stand-up on the spot off of it. And we had on Big J. Okerson, Ian Bagg, Ralph Barbosa, Punky Johnson, and Andrew Dismuke. So it was an amazing lineup.
That's such a good lineup.
Yeah. And it was just cool for me, like a weird kind of full circle moment, because we've known Punky so long. And I haven't got to do many shows with her since she got on SNL.
I haven't even seen her since she got on SNL.
We're so busy, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've seen her out in New York a couple times since then, but not been on lineups with her. And I used to be, with her at the store all the time. And it's really cool to see someone like Punky who was just a bartender at the Comedy Store, and then saw her start comedy, get really funny, and then become a paid regular, and then get a bunch of heat on her, and then get SNL, and then she comes back to do stand-up on the spot. I was like, this is a cool friend moment, like a peer, like being like proud, like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so fun.
Yeah.
Stand-up on the spot's such a fun show too, because it feels like it removes a level of stress, because you're just so in the moment, because you're not thinking about the next thing you're going to say, really, because you're just waiting for. So it's a fun show to do. Yeah,
it's either comics either like are in love with it and they're like, when can I do the next one? Or they're like, they do it once and they're like, yeah, that wasn't my thing. I'm not gonna do that again. That was terrifying. But it's mostly people after they're done with it, they're relieved. They're like, oh, that was way better than I thought it was gonna be, because like I try to make it as conducive as possible, like to set people up. And then also when I riff with them on stage, I'm trying to set them up over and over for them to hopefully kill it.
Do well. Yeah. So then you also have your podcast, Scissor Brothers.
Yep. With my Scissor Brother, Stevie Weeby.
And that comes out every what day?
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Yeah.
You guys are really funny together.
Oh, thank you. He's a very special person to me. And he's one of those people who we had chemistry right away when we started podcasting originally. So yeah,
it's always good when you have that. It's easier to run with that. That's
you and Kim, you're so funny together.
Yeah.
It's really fun to watch you and Kim bounce off each other.
Yeah. Because it's like we're actually friends, so we can just make fun of each other.
Oh, yeah. And you know all the ins and outs too. Yeah.
And it just makes for good comedy.
For sure.
It's so much fun. So, okay. What other, have you been working on any new characters?
Not necessarily any new original characters. A lot of original sketches I've been doing that have been coming out. I randomly did a sketch with one of my original characters with Chelsea Lynn that for whatever reason just went not for whatever reason. It's a fun clip. We did one of Trailer Trash Tammy's mukbangs, and I had my one of my original characters, Tad, as one of like the guests of the mukbang.
Okay.
And the bit was that it was me mistaking wasabi for avocado. And
that's hilarious.
I went really in on the wasabi and like put a ton in my mouth. And then it's them reacting in the car, her and Libby Higgins. So Chelsea Lynn and Libby Higgins are both so funny, and they're so fun to work with and riff with. And there's half the comments, it's people thinking these are real people. Half the internet comments are thinking like, these guys are idiots. How could you ever confuse that? And then there's other people who get the joke and everything. But so many people are like, dumb Americans, like all this stuff.
Good.
So it went viral like on her TikTok and like on my Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And like, yeah, it's wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's on your Instagram right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if we can pull it up.
Yeah.
I want to look at it. That's awesome. So do you have a name picked out for your second kid yet?
I believe so. I think it's going to be Whitaker.
That's pretty.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Whitaker Watkins.
What's your Whitaker Watkins?
Yeah. We like
it's
the
an
alliteration. Yeah.
Dude, okay. I had a set on Saturday at the Improv or Friday at the Improv, and something bad happened. I stuttered on the word narcissist. And I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days.
Oh, was it a part of your punchline?
Well, no, the stutter was not part of the punchline. I had to say the word narcissist.
Yeah, you stuttered on narcissist.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to stutter on.
But why has that been bothering you so much?
It's been bothering me so much because I'm like, the set was good besides the fact I stuttered on narcissist. And I've been thinking about it. Are you like that? Do you think about things that go awry days later? Or
I do. I think we all do, but I mean, there's nothing you can do. Like after a point, like it's like you gotta move on to the next thing.
No, that really stayed with me.
Really?
It stayed with me because I was doing great, and then
was somebody in the audience that you were wanting to impress or something?
No, I just wasn't planning on stuttering on the word narcissist.
Oh.
What if I develop a stutter late in life?
I
know. I don't want to manifest a stutter. Yeah.
But hey, yeah, I found this is the clip, right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
All right, awesome. I'll put
What are
up
these
your
little
Instagram
things?
and stuff with this too.
Look like cheese.
Yeah, is that Swiss cheese?
I think it's cheese and a little bit of avocado.
Oh, is that avocado? Mm-hmm. I love avocado. Oh, I love it.
Get you a little bit of avocado there. Okay. Well, don't take it all.
What?
Damn.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna...
So, oh man, you did so much.
What's going on?
It's not avocado.
What is it?
It's not...
Great. You okay?
It's not...
It's died.
It's not avocado. I thought I took the whole load.
Here.
I took the whole load.
Oh God, you took the whole fucking thing.
Drink. Damn.
What is it?
It's a demon. It's a demon avocado.
That's why we don't never bring nobody, because they act up like this.
Embarrassing me on my mukbang. Burping in my face.
Yes. It's,
That is so funny.
there's a lot going on in that video, so I think that's one of the reasons it kind of went viral. Is like if you watch it a couple times, you're like, okay, her titties out a little bit, like in the blouse, like. There's a lot of random stuff. I'm holding the chopsticks wrong, so there's a bunch of Asian people being like, "This American doesn't know how to even hold chopsticks."
It's so funny.
So
That
yeah,
was
Tad. I've been doing
amazing.
that character, Tad. He's just like this douchebag character. I've been doing him for, oh my goodness, probably 7 or 8 years at this point.
Really?
Yeah,
Is he one
different
of your
videos and
favorites
sketches.
to do?
He's really fun. I've done like a bunch of sketches over the years. He used to be a recurring Kill Tony character, and then also I've done a bunch of sketches with like him and Dr. Phil, Adam Ray. I do a bunch of long form podcasts where I'll stay in character and it'll be Adam Ray as Dr. Phil interviewing one of my original characters.
I
And
love that. Adam
do that
is
for,
so
like,
great too.
we do that for like 30, 40 minutes and it's so fun. They're like some of my favorite podcasts.
That's awesome. And you still do Jeremiah Wonders. Yeah?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you have that and Scissor Bros.
Yep.
So having 2 podcasts is double the work for sure.
It's a lot. But
I have 2 too. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you forget what goes into it.
Sure. Yeah. So it's fun to have a solo one and a duo one, like one that's kind of guest dependent and then one just with the
Whatever
homie.
you want to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too. It feels like more playful. Whitaker Watkins.
Possibly. Yeah.
That's a strong name.
Yeah, I think so.
Like not to be fucked with.
Yeah. It sounds a little bit like an old soul of a name.
Yeah.
Whitaker Watkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. So you've been with your wife for how long? Since
well, now it's like 2010.
so 13
2010.
years.
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah. February 2010.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
In those 13 years, I think about all of the men that I loved and all of the men that left me, Jeremiah. I start crying.
Yeah. I'm like, do you guys want to pull up another clip? Or, well, I don't really know how to do this.
Does anyone have any Kleenex?
Yeah, I'm like, I can handle one woman's emotions, but not more than one over the years.
Hilarious. No, yeah, it was just my birthday and I went with my friend to lunch and she was like, how are you? And I was like, because birthdays bring up shit. Especially
course.
like as like an aging woman. You're like, I'm an aging woman. It's dramatic. It's
Yeah.
more dramatic. So she's like, let me take you to lunch. So I show up to lunch for my birthday and she's like, how are you? I'm like, well, I just gotten my period, so I wasn't good. So I go, thinking of every man who's ever left me. Besides that, I'm okay. And then then we had like my birthday lunch and I was like, this is an intense energy to bring to like a celebratory lunch.
Yeah, and then the waitress is like, so do you want any more drinks? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's just what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I'm an aging woman. Okay.
So what you had a question for me about being with my wife for what, for that long?
Yeah, for 13 years. So what is that like to be with someone through like all the different transformations and all the different the journey of life?
I think it's amazing. I mean, I think that's why I continue to do it and continue to be like in love with her and like stoked on it and stuff like that. I think that it's hard to really explain other than there's new levels of love that happen because they have seen me, like she's seen me, like literally she started dating me when I was an open mic comedian to now. She's literally seen the whole trajectory and been there for it and been a supporter and had my back the entire way.
Which is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and
it really
like
is.
not an easy job.
Kudos to her,
to be supporting,
1,000%.
to be the wife of a comic, to be the husband of a comic, to be any partner of a comic.
Yeah.
The schedule, it's
I mean,
a lot.
her mom once said, she goes, lawyers are funny too.
No.
And I wish my wife wouldn't have told me that because when I heard that, I saw red immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, really?
Lawyers are not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a demanding, crazy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be crazy for her because when like she must really believe in you too, to be with someone from like the beginning, because the beginning is rough as fuck.
Oh, I know.
Like
she saw me do like an open mic like in a coffee shop, and then after that I was like, I'm gonna have to start picking my shows to bring her to because it was so rough.
Yeah, you're like, you want to see me pursue my dreams?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. When you think about all of like the bad mics and all of the things you have to do when you're first starting out, like the thought of having to do those again, would be rough.
It's how cows have like 4 stomachs, like essentially.
Now I do.
Okay,
I want to. Yes, I do, Jeremiah.
They have. I don't know. For whatever reason, I thought that. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't know cows.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 50% of people know.
Okay. Yeah.
The cows
Fair.
have 4. So I thought it was like an elementary grade school fact that we all. Anyway, they have 4 stomachs, or at least like 4 chambers that are considered like 4 stomachs, if I recall correctly, right? Yeah, they don't call them chambers. I'm trying to break it down for what's going on in here right now. That's how I look at a little bit and how I feel about like your heart when you are a comic. You have just this one thing, right?
Right.
But when you get married and you love someone like a wife or a husband, you grow. It's like another part of your heart that opens up.
Right.
And like that's what I feel like with having a son as well, and then this next baby. Like you think that there's only like that, like you have just the room for yourself, and then you have room for you and your wife, and then you have room for a child, and then there's that last one. But I told my wife, I go, with the second child, I go, I only have room in my heart for one last kid. Like that's that's it. So yeah.
So then.
Yeah, then
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it would make me a better person to care about something deeply in that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to not, we focus so much on ourselves that it's nice to put attention into another person that you're like, okay, this is not about me for a little bit.
Yeah, like honestly,
it gets exhausting.
So sick of myself.
Of course, we all do.
It's...
Well,
the amount of time,
for the most part, most comics do. I can think of a handful of comics that are like oh wow. Some
comics like I can't get enough of
hello
myself.
Again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Looking great today.
Right.
Yeah. And I just think, do you think it's affected your comedy and made it better?
I think so. I think it's you start having
a different perspective
and start being a little bit more relatable in certain ways. For me, I think that helps my comedy because I tend to go so zany and weird and out there, where if I'm on the road and in the Midwest, parts of the Midwest or the South, they only allow so much weird in an hour.
Oh, I bet.
They start to shut off and shut down and be like, actually, we don't like what's happening right now. This is too strange and we don't like it too weird where we're from. That's they start to put up a wall. So what I do when it starts to get that, I can always bounce back to material about my wife or family because everybody has that, but not everybody, can relate to, seeing a demon walk around or,
Right.
like random weird, like zany act outs and stuff like that.
Right.
Like of strange characters. Like after a minute, some people are like, I didn't sign up for a show like this. I just want more traditional jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that
So I
way.
think it's helped make me a little bit more well-rounded as a comic. That's what's like in my special Daddy. There's a lot of family and like material about my wife and being a new dad and like having a son and stuff like that. So that's the material that some people like the most out of the special is that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things when Ali Wong was first pregnant, and that was the first time I'd seen that before.
Yeah, the baby Cobra special.
Yeah, and then also just her talking about being a mom later on too.
Sure.
So
she's got a unique perspective on it. So
yeah, exactly.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it is more relatable to most people.
Mm-hmm. Well, after a while, like some of the, the comics who get so wealthy, they got to figure out different things to talk about because they're in such a different tax bracket than like everybody in the crowd.
Yeah.
That they're not relatable anymore.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. No, definitely. I also think that I've noticed that going on the road helps me with my writing. Like I'll have an experience and I'll like be able to draw from that experience and make it into something funny. Cause I was like stuck for a second. I was like, I need new stuff. And then I went on the road and it helped a lot. Do you find that too?
I think just any life experiences will help. I think just going on the road, you're opening yourself up to not being a comic who's just in a room sitting. You're experiencing stuff that's going to affect you and like open you up to different things. That's why like becoming a father and a husband and different things like that, you interact differently with people because you're meeting other husbands and other fathers and random people who are coming up to you. If we're walking a baby, a stranger will walk up to me and my son. A stranger's not going to walk up to me just walking alone on the sidewalk.
Right.
There's a different like energy altogether.
Yeah.
I'm holding a knife when I'm alone. You're like, that guy's weird. It's different.
So does your son talk?
Yeah.
Is he talking?
He's starting to talk a lot. Yeah.
Does he have any, like, what is he into? You know how they're like.
He's already into Spider-Man and Hulk big time. And we just took him to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie in the theater. That was his first movie in the theater.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I want to go to Super Mario Land.
Oh, I just heard about that. Yeah.
It's at
Universal Studio?
Yeah.
I think Ron Funches just took his son there.
It looks sick.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
I'm like, that looks tight.
Yeah.
Am I a 14-year-old boy? Maybe. I was like, I got to go to Super Mario Land and the Ren Fair this year.
I mean, if you keep talking, you're going to catch a guy who stays at home full time. He's gonna hit you up real soon.
He's like,
oh, this is my opportunity.
Super Mario Land.
I'll impregnate you and stay home with the kids. That's fine. That's totally fine.
Why do I feel like that's exactly how he's gonna talk?
I mean,
Stay at home dad energy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm good. Maybe I'll just be single.
Whatever works.
I don't know what works anymore, okay? I think I wanted to be in a relationship, and then I go on these dates, and let me tell you, one is worse than the last.
Do you feel that way?
Yes.
That like you're on a run of bad dates?
Yes. Well, I stay on a run of bad dates. I have a lot of first dates.
I be staying in the bottom of the barrel. That's what I be doing. I have bad choices in men for life.
I actually live on the bottom of the barrel.
Sometimes men swim to the bottom to find me.
That's so good. It's so true. Yeah, no. I've been on a string of bad dates. But now I just got to a point where I'm like, unless it's like a full body yes, I don't even want to go out with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Well, wait, no, I don't know what you mean. Okay. Actually, what is a full body yes? I think this goes back to you saying like people are matching for the ego, for the clout.
Right.
Is it kind of like getting likes? Like
it kind of is, but it's also just like someone, because like a lot of times it's over after even the first message based on what the first message is. Like
That
I had
quickly?
well, the first message I just got from this one guy was like, hey, if I send you my script, can you read it? And then we can go on a date together. And then I'm like, you're giving me work to do.
Oh my goodness.
That can't be
that
the
was
first.
His opening
that
line?
was his opening line. That's how, and I go, no. I just wrote back, no.
Yeah.
Also, very weird of you to bring up your script before I've ever even met you.
That's so.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I don't have time to punch up your script. You're from Dallas. Maybe if you lived in LA, I knew you were serious about this industry,
Yeah.
it would be different.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you on Bumble or are you on like Raya?
No, I need to get off of Raya. I think that's the problem.
Yeah. So yeah, I've heard of Raya, and that's why I said Raya, because it sounds like a too Hollywood
it's like
of a thing.
fuck boy city, baby.
Yeah. You got to go back to your roots.
I gotta
You got to go back to Tinder and Bumble.
Tinder feels like too loose.
Mm-hmm.
Tinder feels like it has no regulations. I don't know. It just feels like it's been around. Are you on Tinder? Are you guys on Tinder? No. Are you on any dating apps?
No.
You're not. Are
No,
you?
I tried Hinge.
Yeah.
I try. I don't know. It's fine.
Hinge is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Hinge is fine. It's not great. It's not. It's somewhere in the middle.
I think I would not do well on dating apps at all. I think it's I don't know. I would much rather approach somebody in person than do the messaging thing.
Well, because then if you
You know
meet
right
someone,
away.
if you feel anything at all, you know? Because sometimes it's like you have to meet with the person to know if you even feel any type of connection, and then that's annoying because it's just one first date, and then you're like, there's absolutely no connection here, you know? And now I have to leave.
Yep.
Check.
Have you ever done speed dating?
No, maybe I should though. Do it
if if it doesn't work out, you get a bit out of it.
speed dating I want to do. There's this one app called The League. They get you. They make it seem like it's all like hard to get into because
Sure.
it's all these people that went to Yale and shit. They all look the same though. They're all just like white men that went to Yale. It's like they're like, we're having a speed dating event. Next time they have one, I'm gonna go and I'll
Do it.
report back.
Why not?
It feels like it just pulls the Band-Aid off.
I mean,
You know what I don't like though?
what?
When you're single, all your friends go, I have a friend for you. And I go, please I don't want to meet your friend. I don't think I want to meet him.
Yeah, my wife has basically referred a few comedians to her friends. And
Referred.
yeah, it's like a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of them, they had great connections, but they didn't. Her friends couldn't handle the comedian
personalities.
Yeah, it was like too much.
Yeah, I introduced one of my really good friends to a comic and they dated for a couple of years.
That's actually really good.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you off air who the comic was and then be like, oh, that actually makes sense. They're actually a dateable one.
Okay.
A rare dateable one.
Yeah.
You know, a unicorn, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, but afterwards she was like, please, I don't want to date comics anymore. And I was like, I get it.
Hey, once one burns you.
Yeah, all
You're
it
good.
takes is
yeah,
one.
all it takes is one.
And then
Thank you. Good night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe to my podcast. It's like, oh.
Did you just say subscribe to my podcast while you came?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's just instinct. It's the way I usually close.
I'm going to be in Tacoma. I'm going to be
Yeah. Did you just
one
ring a
night
bell
only.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Are you going to Skankfest this year?
I am.
Skankfest is so fun.
It's one of the best. One of the best fests there is for sure.
It is. It's so much fun. But every time after, I'm so sore and tired.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
it's draining.
right?
Yeah. And I don't go the full time. I'm not going to go the full time.
You do it like an adult. I do it like a child at
I'm like-
spring break.
I'm like,
give me the mushrooms. Let's go.
I'm like, I'll go Friday, Saturday, but I'm not doing Thursday through Sunday. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no reason. There's literally I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home to my family.
You're like, oh, I'm a well-balanced adult. I'm like, I'm staying till Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I love it for the hang and all the shows and everything, but to me, it's kind of like a bag of chips. It's only going to be so good. Like, you can eat the whole bag of chips.
Yeah.
You can. And it'll taste good, but like, it's more the same after a while. Like,
right. And now your fingers are just orange.
And then at the end of the bag, you don't feel near as good as stopping midway through. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to look at it. Skankfest is like a bag of chips.
It's not gonna get, for me, it's not gonna get more tasty as the bag goes on because you get used to the taste. It's such a good taste. So you're like, this is amazing. But then halfway through, I'm like, if I stop now, then I'll remember how good it was.
Yeah. And I won't have a stomach ache.
Right. And then everybody else ate the rest of the bag of chips. Right, dude, I feel terrible.
For the whole next week after Skankfest, I'm like,
did you have the same chips I had?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Right.
Last Skankfest, Josh Potter was like, here, have a Xanax before your flight. And I don't normally take Xanax. So he gives me the Xanax, and then I signed up for a timeshare in the lobby.
Oh, wow.
I had
if that's
no
not a promo
anxiety.
for Skankfest, I don't know what is.
Go to Skankfest, you'll leave with a timeshare if you're lucky.
I had the opposite. I was actually hanging with Josh Potter and Annie Letterman, and I was so tired. I kept falling asleep in the booth of where all these comics were hanging out, and the people are like, is Jeremiah on something right now? And I'm like, I'm so tired. I just kept like almost nodding off.
Yeah, because it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of simulation, just like.
It's sensation overload, especially in Vegas. But it's so fun. Yeah. I got so many steps last year. I was like, I earned these this pastrami sandwich I was eating at like 2 a.m.
Hey, that's one of my go-tos.
Pastrami?
Late night delis and pastrami. Yeah. Oof.
A late night deli situation really sets you right.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you're Jewish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's in my
people
blood.
do it right. Come on.
Give me a bagel. Give me a pickle. Let's go.
They don't do bagel chips at Canners anymore, and it saddens me so much.
That feels like they should be shut down for that.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, I used to get them all the time.
No bagel chips at Cantor's?
No.
Okay, the pandemic's over. They got to bring back the chips. I feel like ever since the pandemic, people have been lazy about things. Like, they're like, oh, it's fine. We don't have to bring it back to like the pre-pandemic rules. Yeah. You're like, no, society's really just phoning it in.
The hours are messed up everywhere for restaurants. Even in New York, I was just out there, and so many places aren't open as late, and is a bummer.
You're like, okay, can we have like, as a society, can we come together and figure out what the fuck is going on? Are we just going to keep half-assing it? Because it feels like since 2020, it's an upside-down world.
Well, there's too many people also that realize that that working from home is better than going to an office. So that really messed up the workforce too. And that's why they can't get people to come in and work jobs. And I have a very strong opinion about this. They just posted a McDonald's that's going to be contactless with nobody there. Nobody at the McDonald's. And I hate that idea because that's literally how the robots start to take over and take all the jobs. And it's so scary. And that's what Elon is talking about how we shouldn't keep messing with AI and like this chat GPT and all this stuff. It's scary and I don't like it one bit.
Okay, so I'm scared of it too. I don't even know what is it?
GPT. People are using AI basically to write
paper
speeches. I'm sure school papers, different stuff, and it's scouring the internet after you ask it to complete something.
It wrote this story about you and
Kim. Yeah, write stories.
And how good was it?
It was really vague, but like it really did kind of paint it together. It's like, yeah, they met early on in comedy, and they met at the Comedy Store, and they rose together, and eventually started a podcast. And I was like, oh, right.
Yeah. It's enough where you're like, this is concerning.
Yeah, but how does it work? Do you just type in what you want it? I don't understand. Is it a website?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's
Mark.
Like Marvel. Oh, what?
Oh.
But what is it? Is it a website? I feel like I'm a dinosaur. Can you explain?
So you know how you type something into Google?
Yes.
Okay. It's very similar where it's like searching with keywords and different things like that.
There it is.
Examples. Explain quantum computing in simple terms is one of their examples. And then basically, so.
Dude, this is bad. I just got a feeling of anxiety
so we could,
and panic.
so let's add to the anxiety. Type in, tell me an embarrassing Sara Weinshenk story and see what it comes up with.
Oh no, we're really adding to the anxiety. Sara Weinshenk story.
Too many S's.
Chat GPT. Can it write like a full script?
It can, yeah.
Oh, we're done. Goodbye.
So you could go like this. So learning how to use it is like people are paying $250,000 a year.
What? Say that again.
So learning how to use like things like ChatGPT, there's positions for like $250,000 a year because this is the future. And if you can use it properly by using it, giving the right prompts, then people will pay you because it's less to pay you to do a bunch of copy for like newsletters and stuff like that than to actually hire someone.
No, I want to be a chat GP. What is it? GP what? GPT. Mommy. I want to be a chat GPT mommy. Hire me. I know how to use chat GPT. Just put the words in.
It's not appropriate. So
They can't.
right.
They have, look, they won't let you say anything embarrassing about me. They said it's not ethical.
See, the computer
We like
knows
that.
already.
The computer knows more than it should.
This is so bizarre.
Right?
Write a short story about a girl named Sarah. I mean,
That went to school and got into a fight.
That went to school and got into a fight. Whoa. Whoa.
Sarah was a quiet girl who kept to herself most of the time. But one day, things changed for her when she got into a fight at school. It all started when a group of girls began teasing her about her clothes, calling
would
her
never
names and making
happen.
fun of her in front of everyone.
Not about my clothes.
At first, Sarah tried to ignore them, but their taunts became more and more relentless. Finally, she had enough and decided to stand up for herself. She confronted the group, and a heated argument ensued. Before she knew it, one of the girls threw a punch and the fight was on. This is insane. This is
literally, I think it's bad.
yeah.
You know what I feel like? I feel like
Oh my
then
god.
he
Write
just
this
wrote-
again in the voice of Shakespeare is what he just prompted. Verily, there was a maiden hight Sarah, who oft kept to herself and spake little. Yet one day her fortune was to change when she did engage in fistcuffs at her school.
fistcuffs.
It began with a coterie of maidens who taunted her for her garb, reviling her with names and jest before all. That's insane.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm fucking scared. I'm scared, kind of.
Technology is crazy. It's crazy, man.
I feel like, but like, don't we have to just embrace it? Because otherwise we're going to be like the old people that don't embrace chat GPT and then the world's going to leave us behind. Right? Is that what's going to happen?
I would say it's like, so you're eventually going to have like an AI bill, like you have a Spectrum bill, you have an AI bill of how you're going to use things. So
Are you
I use
hearing
a lot for
this?
like spell and grammar check this. So I'll write an email and then say like, make this sound more intelligent or dumb this down or spell and grammar check it. And then it'll do it in 3 seconds versus me checking if my grammar and spelling is right or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to get dumber.
Yeah.
I don't even
Way
trust
dumber.
the AI.
Yeah.
Is that on me? Like, do I have trust issues?
No. I think it's perfectly normal.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's weird. It's too much.
It is weird.
too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But then, like, because think about it this way. Like, if I was in college, Chat GPT would be writing all of my papers.
Well, yeah, that'll be an issue for sure. Probably at a lot of colleges and stuff like that. Is they're going to be like, This sounds a little body.
Sounds.
Yeah.
You're not this smart.
Right.
What'd you plug into Chat
I mean,
GPT?
it's the new. It's way worse than remember Cliff Notes and Spark Notes back in the day.
Nothing made me more happy than SparkNote. This is that on steroids. Yeah.
I got a teacher called me out one time for using it and called me into class.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I brought up my parents' divorce and I got a.
I know. No, you didn't.
I did. Yeah.
That's the good time to pull it out, though.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? You were like, well, my parents are getting divorced, so I had to.
I mean, he kind of brought it up like because my sister had been using it. I had found out like in multiple classes.
Oh, it was a Watkins family secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he just knew. Just the way that it was worded and like it was too vague. It was a book report on something, and he's like, "The book you chose is way below your reading level." Like, and I don't know why you're doing this. I'm like, I did. Things have been tough at home. He's like, oh, all right. He's like, yeah.
Things have been
He's
tough
like,
at home.
He's like, I'm gonna let you, this next one, just do a little bit better. Like teachers don't know how to. Like, that's a lot to unpack.
That's such a good move, though.
Yeah.
In hindsight.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, things have been rough at home.
Hey,
and look them dead in the eye.
why not use your parents' divorce to help you out a little bit?
Yeah, dude. If ever there was a time.
Right.
Fuck yeah. Also, yeah, just the thought of getting in trouble with a teacher sends a chill down my spine. Like even now, even though I'm an adult.
Did you get in trouble with teachers a lot?
No, but if I did, it was like, I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
You never got in trouble with teachers?
I got in trouble I remember like, I was a good student, but I remember, I was well behaved, but I remember in like second grade, I got in trouble because, and it wasn't even in trouble, just the teacher said, Miss Weinshenk always fiddling in her desk. And it like,
Fiddling in her desk?
Fiddling.
Oh.
Because I was like in my desk playing with shit.
Just doing stuff?
Yeah, doing
like rolling stuff around?
Like playing with my erasers. And like looking at my eraser collection.
Graphite, yeah.
And it like embarrassed me though. Oh. And it really stayed with me. You know when you get like publicly embarrassed as a child?
Yeah.
And then like your face turns red? That's the vibe.
Oh, okay. I was
a fiddler.
I got sent out to the hall and I had to do after school detention for... I would say stuff or do stuff in class. If it was funny, then I didn't care about getting in trouble. But other than that, I was very good and respectful. But like, if I had something, I'm like, this is gonna kill.
Yeah.
Then I would roll the dice.
Yeah.
And we were going through this history books, and like we were reading like as a class the history books. And there was like multiple women that were just ugly old history women.
There's so many of those in history books.
Just pictures or paintings of, just haggard women that
haggard bitches in history.
I mean,
yeah.
And then I go, because I don't think I had full context for what this even meant. I had heard it like in Dumb and Dumber or something. I go, oh, these women must have been bred doggy style. And they're like, go to the hall immediately. And I was like, no. Like they look like dogs. Like the women look like dogs. And they're like, you're making it worse. Go to the hall. Like, yeah.
But it killed.
Oh my, we were reading. It was dead quiet. And then like a kid just popping out. These women like, like everybody's like, why is he like, I'm just interjecting in class for no reason. They're like, go to the hall.
But why is it that all of the older women in history books look like shit?
Well, they just no self-care.
Yeah.
Like zero
Eleanor
whatsoever.
Roosevelt, what was going on there?
Right. I mean, most of the dudes back in the day, like they weren't, anything to look at either, but their beards covered up half of their face.
Yeah.
So if you take out of the equation a huge bushy beard down to here, you could be a really, really ugly dude, like even more outside of that, but
Yeah.
So it's always before that, there wasn't makeup and stuff back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no one's asking Eleanor Roosevelt her skincare routine.
True.
Drop it, queen. Drop the skincare routine, queen. Please. We need to know.
We need this.
We need to know. Well, this was a fun podcast.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Where can people find you?
You can find me on social media across all the platforms at Jeremiah Stand Up. I have a new special out on my YouTube called Jeremiah Watkins Daddy. If you check it out, leave something about Shank in the comments so I know that you came from there. And Scissor Bros, Jeremiah Wonders, Stand Up on the Spot. Got a lot of stuff cooking.
Yeah, we'll link to all of that so it'll be easy for our listeners to find you. And thank you so much for coming on. And we'll see you guys next week on Shank. Hey.